Hello, this is Danberg SC. We are back with something different today. I've got a new microphone. I've got different cameras and stuff like that. I look a little bit whitewashed and my voice sounds a little bit different than it usually does, but we're getting everything restarted, so hopefully it's not a big deal. Today we are going to do a special kind of thing. I'm going to do updates on about my journey through shogi and kind of what's going on each month. So I've written some kind of notes and stuff like that, and I want to bring them to you guys today, and we are going to talk about that. So this is for October 2021. This is the episode for today, and I've got a couple of points I want to talk about. First off is updates, what's going on and what's happening. So I started a series called 100 Losses, and I have 2 episodes of them up right now. And I was saying I was going to do a lot more of those uploads and things like that, but the problem I realized very quickly I have is my teacher is working with me on lines that he actually uses in his games and his tournaments. Because I'm an apprentice at the school, he's giving me really real lines that he works on. So I don't want to leak that to outside. So I have kind of stopped doing those 100 move loss games. But in return, I'm going to be doing these kind of hopefully weekly updates or something like that. This one's a little bit longer because I'm setting the foundation for it, but it won't be these long in the future. Sorry, I'm just a little bit thirsty. I'm going to take a sip of my beer. Ooh. It's 11:30 when I'm recording this p.m. So I'm a little bit tired from work and playing all my games today. But instead of doing the 100 Lost videos, I'm going to be doing this series, and I'm also going to be doing basics. Once I'm improving a little bit more, I'm going to be doing videos about basics of this is kind of how you should think about this position, or this is how you should think about this kind of if things are weird, what you should be thinking about, and like piece values and things like that. So hopefully that is interesting for you guys. Moving forward, I'm also going to talk about my goals for this month. I've got quite a few. And I want to talk about some of these. So number one goal I'm trying to do this month is I've got 4 more lessons, I think, for more than that, many more than that. But anyway, there are these, I call them piece drop games. Some people call them handicap games, where your opponent is higher rated than you are, and they remove a piece, or they give themselves a handicap when they're playing you. Right now, I'm working on 2-piece handicap with my teacher, or 2-piece drop is what I call it with my teacher. And basically, he doesn't use the rook or the bishop, the kaku, the hisha, and he is working with that. I'm trying to beat him, and he's not using 2 of his main pieces. It's teaching me a lot about the fundamentals and the foundation of shogi and stuff like that. It's interesting, but it's very difficult. I'm able to beat him for the standard. There's this thing called joseki, which is like the standard moves of it. I can beat him just about every time in the standard move set if we do a trade of the silver. Or there's another version of the joseki, that standard move, where you don't trade the silver. I can beat him basically both times. I can beat him in any one of those variations, basically any time. But now he's working on his own specific line that he has. It's not in any kind of book. It's a line that he's kind of created himself. And I have not beaten him officially with that line yet. I can get him to the end game every time, but I can't find the checkmate, or there's some mishap I have where I'm not able to find a weakness and I lose. So I'm working on that. I'm very close to being able to beat him with that. If I beat him with that, I might promote to the next level up of piece dropping, or he might have a few more lines that he's not working with me on. So that's kind of the number one goal I'm going to try to do within this month, is to finish the 2-piece drop games against him. I don't know if I can. It's a big goal. Another one is at my school. I'm going to try to hit 7th class, or nanakyu, via rated games. So right now I'm still 8th class, or hachikyu, at my school, and I'm working really hard with my teacher. We'll get into that in the schedule and the lessons and stuff like that when I talk about that in a little bit. But I'm really going to try to get into nanakyu this month. I'm going to really, really work hard and try to do it. And by doing that, I have to do a couple things below. These are kind of things I'm working on. One is I have to get over my ego, because I feel like because I'm working so hard at this game that I'm like better than other people when I'm playing, and then I still lose to relatively lower league people online and lower league people at my school, or people that I've beaten in the past that I can't beat now. And I have to kind of get over the fact that I'm not the only one on this journey that's trying to improve myself. There are other people trying to improve as well, and I'm really just one person in this grand scheme of things. I'm working really hard to improve, but I have to get over this ego I have of I'm better because I'm working harder. It's not the case. I'm still very poor at the game. I'm still learning some basic fundamentals. I still blunder pieces. I haven't even been playing for a full year yet. We're getting very close to the 1 year mark, but that's next month. So that's one thing I have to do. Another thing, the next part is slow down my hands when I'm playing. I only have this problem really when I'm playing online. I don't really have this issue when I'm playing over the table, but I play very quickly and I kind of get tilted and just kind of click, 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 click when I'm playing online, and it's not helpful. I should be slowing it down. So I talked to my teacher and he said, at least wait 10 seconds between each hand. And I feel like as long as I'm waiting at least 10 seconds between each hand for those games that I play online that day, even if I lose the match, I consider it a win because I was playing slower and I'm getting my tempo down to playing slower. So slowing my hands down. Next one is the biggest one that it's going to take me just basically all this month to try to get through is getting comfortable playing online, and what I'm going to call ladder anxiety from my StarCraft days. So when I was StarCraft, when I was doing that, I would play a lot of games, but it was always super try hard, and I would get kind of anxiety before I got on the ladder because it was like, I don't want to lose. But I have to kind of set myself into the mindset as it's okay to lose. It's okay to have that issue and get over my ladder anxiety. So I put a little bit of some math. It's probably a little bit hard to see on here, but let's say I play 10 games a month. Here's how I'm trying to get over my ladder anxiety, by thinking about it this way. So if I play 10 games a month, that's nothing. That's not even, that's like maybe a couple games a week. If I win 1 of 10 games a month, 1 of 10 games of those 10 games I play a month, it's 12 wins I have in 1 year. If I try to play 10 games a week, 1 win a week, 52 weeks a year. If I try to play 10 games a week, but I'm only winning 1 every 10 games, 1 win a week, it's 52 wins in a year. So I'm already almost 5 times more experienced in that just by playing 10 games a week, which is still a couple a day. But what I'm trying to do actually right now, I'll talk about this, is 50 a week, 50 games a week. And I played 11 games today. And I think I won 4 of those 11. Not great, but still, even if I'm going to play 50 games a week and I win 1 of 10 games, that's 5 wins a week. It's 52 weeks a year. It's 260 wins I'm going to have. So I'll be able to have that, that's so much more exponentially big of me getting this experience by winning and checkmates and games just by playing more. So again, this month I'm really trying to get into the next level of peace drop with my teacher, hit Nanakyu or 7th class. I got to get over this idea that I'm better than I think I am, or I'm better than I actually am. I have to slow down when I play, and I have to get comfortable playing, get over my ladder anxiety, and just think about it as if I have a huge amount of games played, then I have more experience and I'm going to be able to feel better about it. So in order for me to achieve these goals, me and my teacher worked on this for this kind of, I'll just start at the top. This month's training, I'll just shift it down to here first. We'll just talk about the training before we get into homework. So this month's training with my teacher, this is all individual one-on-one lessons, or basically one-on-one lessons I have. It's 6.5 hours a week. 40% of those is going to be my game analysis that I play on my own or I play against other pupils in the school. 40% is going to be peace drop. I'm going to be playing against my teacher. And then 20% of that time is going to be even hand. So full pieces versus my teacher, which obviously I lose every time I play with him because he's much better than me at the moment. But yeah, hopefully I get the ability to, he helps me walk through lines that I really don't know yet by playing. He plays, the best move on the table, and I realize, I have to be very careful about that move if I always play this. It's very good, but these are the kind of percentages of that 6.5 hours a week that I'm going to be doing. And then outside of those 6.5 hours, that's unique lessons. Every week there is a 4-hour tournament that I'm going to be going to either on Saturday or Sunday, depending on my schedule or what's he's recommending. But on Sunday there's a Peace Drop tournament. I'll talk about that for a minute. So a Peace Drop tournament is, there are many students that come to the school and they're all different levels. There's people lower rated. Well, no one is lower rated than me yet. I'm the bottom of the school at the moment. There are other people rated the same as me, but other people are higher than me. And then depending on the gap difference between me and the person I'm playing, one of us needs to have a handicap on our side where they drop pieces down. So they might play without the rook, or they might play without one of the silvers or something like that. And if you win, then you move forward, and then the winner of that tournament usually promotes up to the next league. It's very difficult to promote into. I've come in second place in that tournament twice. I've been in the semifinals twice, and I've just lost in the second round twice. So I've gone 6 times, and 4 of those 6 times I've been either semifinals or finals. So trying my best, but it's not there yet. And then we have a rating day where you go to the school, and again, it's very similar. There's students, and he'll pair you against different people depending on what your rank is. And if I play someone's even rank as me, if I win, you get a certain amount of points. If I play someone higher than me and I win, I get more points. If I play someone lower than me and I win, I get less points. And then it goes inversely if you lose. So if I lose against someone higher than me, I only lose a few points. If I lose against someone lower than me, I lose a lot more points. And as your points go up, you can kind of promote to the next league as well. So in StarCraft, it's basically like the MMR system. So your matchmaking rank is what I'll call it from now on. So your MMR, or in chess they call it your ELO. So it's just the school's rating system that they do it. You can promote one of 2 ways, by either winning the Peace Drop tournament or winning enough games in rating to promote up. So every week, 6.5 hours of lessons, and then 4 hours of a tournament every week is my kind of training I'm going to be doing. But between those lessons, I've got homework that my teacher has given me. And again, kind of repeating what we said earlier, 50 games a week minimum. I have to be playing 50 games a week. They don't need to be 50 games online, but 50 games either at the school or online or against him, or I need to be playing at least 50 games a week. So I'll talk about how I'm going to do that in a minute. There's a book I'm reading right now called One Look Tactics. Hitame no Tesuji is the name of the book in Japanese. And he said I need to basically read that book 5 times this month. So over 1 time a week, I need to be reading through this book. Basically, more than doing the book a certain amount of times, I need to memorize this book this month and be able to look at each page and in a moment be able to see the answer to each of these tactics puzzles and understand why it is, and basically burn those images into my head so I know it. This is weird. I wrote this very weird 5 mates a day. Checkmate puzzles. Basically, I need to be able to do... I'm working on mid-game and end-game basically, mid-game tactics is this month's kind of theme. Last month was endgame. I didn't make a video about it, but I was working on endgame all last month. But he said I have to continue my endgame, so I have to at least do 5 new checkmate puzzles a day. But we're going to increase the puzzle length to, I need to be able to do 7 move checkmates. So basically, I move, they move, I move, they move, I move, they move, I move, checkmate. So there's 7 moves that I have to be able to see. For those checkmate puzzles, I need to do 5 a day. Those help with your end game. Those help with actually the mid game as well. When you're thinking about how pieces are going to interact, it helps you see farther quicker in the future. So it's very important. I work on that still, but kind of mid game tactics is number 1, and then these end game stuff is going to take not the back seat, but just kind of a side seat for at least this month. And then every month. Basically every couple weeks we get new lines depending on what I'm losing on in the ladder or what I'm having issues with at the school or something like that. We'll work on new theory, or not new, but theory lines for specific types of games. So this month I'm working on what's called Sanken Bisha, or I wrote this kanji wrong. Shiken Bisha. 3rd rank rook or 4th rank rook are what I'm working on right now. It's just how I deal with people playing those games. I have a specific strategy that me and my teacher are working on for how to beat it, but it's very complicated. It's hard to do it depending on how they set up their defense. I could do a whole I could probably talk for 3 hours about that itself, but that's it. And then I also need to keep working on the kakakawari, which is the bishop trade, my yagura, which is basically my bread and butter attack, and then if they do nakabisha or center rook, I need to learn that. There's a couple more, but basically right now I'm focusing on those three. So again, homework is 50 games a week. I need to read this tactics book a bunch. I need to continue my end game training with checkmate puzzles, and then basically everyday study these new lines I have. So based on that, I've got a schedule written up that I am working on for this month. So might be a little bit hard to see. I might make it a little bit bigger. Not like that here. Let me increase the size of this just a little bit over here. I'll just bring this up just a tad more. Okay. Well, we'll see how this works. We'll see how this goes. So this is my schedule. So basically Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is how this is divided up. So every day I try to get 7 hours of sleep. Sometimes I get more, sometimes I get less, but 7 hours is what I really can't do more than that this month, a day, for what I'm trying to do. I still have to go to work and things like that. But basically, wake up, kind of get ready and everything like that. From 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock every morning, you'll see here I've got shogi written. This is where I practice my lines that I'm trying to do, kind of all the homework that I was talking about. So practice my lines, checkmate puzzles, read the shogi book. I do that every morning, and then every day during lunch. I have a lunch break from work and things like that, basically from noon to 1. Every day I study there as well. And that's kind of my study time. So 2 hours a day of basic study and working on checkmate puzzles, the book, and my lines that my teacher's working on. Study that for at least 2 hours a day. And then at night, from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock is the shogi time with just me playing the game on the ladder. Oh, sorry. I have hiccups. Sorry. So me just playing on the ladder. I'm going to try to do 2 hours a day in order to get my 50 games a week. 50 games a week comes down to about 7 games a day with 8 games on one day. But again, today I played 11 games, so I'm kind of ahead of the schedule. But I don't want to bank up. I'm not going to bank up games. Like if I get 11 games today, that means I only need to play 4 games tomorrow. No, we're going to play at least 7 games a day. If I play more, great. If I don't play 7, I need to make those games up. But as soon as I make them up, I can't stockpile, but I can go minus on games. So every day it restarts. So I'm being very strict about how I'm doing this. But every day, basically from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, I turn on music, I get on the ladder, and I play games. And that's my shogi online night stuff. I've got 3 lessons a week, one on Sunday, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, and then my tournament is on Saturday or Sunday. So Sunday is either a full day of shogi where I have a lesson in the morning and then a tournament. So the tournament's basically same time, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the afternoon for the peace drop, or this is the rating tournament. So I have it kind of set where I do Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is all shogi time. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday is I have basically a standard day also with work. So you can see days like on Thursday, I have actually just 1 hour of free time without like traveling to work or like traveling to my lessons and things like that. It's all, so the purple is like I have to move somewhere in order to go to work or to go to the school for a lesson. But this is, some of these are online and some of it, so I don't need to travel. But again, like it's rough. If I sleep any more than 7 hours on Thursday, then I actually don't have any free time on Thursdays. So it's a little bit of a rough schedule. But what I'm looking at here is kind of a thing that I do for myself. So there's a saying that if you spend 10,000 quality hours on something, then you'll become, a master at it. So what I'm looking at is if I continue this training schedule, where I'm doing, let's say 7 hours of lessons a week. It's actually 6.5, but let's round up half to make it easier. So 7 hours of lessons a week. Then I've got 4 hours of tournament a week. And then I'm doing 2 hours a day, every day, except for Thursday, which I don't have time to. So again, on Thursday, I actually don't have time to do my nightly shogi kind of games on Thursday. So I only can do 25 hours a week. For that, that's 36 hours a week. 52 weeks a year is 1,872 hours a year of either online lessons with my teacher or going to a tournament or playing just on my own on the ladder. Which means if I was to divide 1872 by 10,000, about 5.5 years is how long it's going to take me to hit 10,000 hours of quality shogi time. So I don't know what that is going to be. I don't know where I'm going to be in 5.5 years. Hopefully you're still watching and hopefully my quality is improved. But what I want to talk about today is just, again, what I'm working on for October and all of my kind of what I'm doing and what's happening and why I've been kind of quiet online and why I haven't been doing the 100 lost games and stuff like that, 100 lost series. So trying to give you an update. I'm going to go more into detail about stuff after this. This is the beginning of the month will probably be the big sprawl of what's going to happening this month and how my last month was. But then I'll do kind of update videos along the way. So hopefully it's Tuesday today when I'm recording this. Hopefully I'll give you another one by Monday or Tuesday next week. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a little bit different, maybe a little bit boring, but I'm going to try to keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing, and I will see you guys in the next one.